I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go, the only thing that I know. You were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity. I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not.
Warning. The Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Darlington Raceway as we get ourselves prepared for pole day qualifying here in preparation for one of our crown jewel races in the 8th season of the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. We kick things off with the go or go home drivers, 5 in total, going to be vying for 2 available spots in this weekend's field. One of them a former Darlington winner, as a matter of fact, and we will then see in a little bit the chartered drivers and the 2 drivers that transfer run for the pole position. A couple new rule changes here. We've obviously had a bit of a break, a bit of not necessarily an off season, but a hiatus for this series and the correlating Duracell Ultra Light series. And during that little time off, there has been a decision as far as qualifying is concerned. The Cup Series side will see the knockout qualifying run the usual 5 minutes, but you saw it yesterday in the Duracell Ultra Light Series qualifying session, and in the second round, the full field round of pole day qualifying for the Cup Series drivers, it will be expedited from 15 to a 10-minute session. So a lot more pressure on these teams to get that set up perfect to be able to run for the pole position. You don't really have time to go out, make a run, come in for adjustments, go out there and make another run. You probably have to have it a one and done. Get that set up exactly the way you want it to be able to get good starting track position, which I think is going to be very important at a track like Darlington. Darlington, it's very difficult to pass. You make a mistake, this track will eat you up. That's why it's got all the monikers like the track too tough to tame, the lady in black. You cannot afford to put a wheel wrong, and usually when you're up front and have clean air, that's the best way to be able to make sure that you don't end up making a mistake and maybe ultimately ruin your day. One driver that knows about having a good day at Darlington is Benny Watson. He is fielding the number 75 out of Fortnite Squad Racing this week. Benny Watson drove a number 75 Hers-sponsored Toyota back when he ended up winning this event for his very first career win. So he would love to make it into the show, try and be a 2-time Darlington winner. He's going to have to go up against some regulars here. Watson's looking to make his second start on the season. And the first start that he made earlier on this season did not go as so well. He ended up finishing in the 23rd position, qualified 37th for said race. Right now, though, he is top of the board at a 29.195. Next highest is Mike Tellier, but I think a couple of these drivers are just now getting up to speed. They haven't really yet put down their flying lap. Bryce Egan, who is one of our regulars out of Haas Racing, right now 3rd on the board at 29.580. Bryce is looking to make his 8th start on the season. Nathan Fogler, who is a regular down in the Duracell Ultra Light Series. We'll be seeing him later on this afternoon in that series main event, but he's also looking to do double duty this week in both the Lights and the Cup Series, Fogler is looking to make his Duracell Cup Series debut. He has attempted to qualify before, but has failed to make the show. Right now, he is sitting second on the board at a 29.477. As soon as I say that, his lap time was just beaten. An AJ Allmendinger throwback, fielding the number 43 out of Bishop Family Racing. That's Mike Tellier, doing the driving duties in that machine, and right now he is fourth on the board at a 29.568. And this battling with Nathan Fogler is not going to help either of these drivers with their lap times. There's a little early Darlington stripe there for the rookie Nathan Fogler, as Tellier will make his way on by. Mike Tellier looking to make his second start on the season, 25th in his first race that he qualified for. Here's your top two right now. Autumn Brooks second on the board at a 29.359. Benny Watson still with his 29.1 is the fastest. And less than 20 seconds left. A very short qualifying session here for the Knockout Q drivers. Autumn Brooks with about 800ths up on Nathan Fogler, who, as we saw, got the wall, might have a little bit of damage, so Brooks may have the final transfer spot into the main event, as we've got zeros on the clock. Watson, a former Darlington winner, looks like he's going to advance into the show easily. Autumn Brooks, will there be any late qualifying theatrics here? That'll knock her off the final transfer spot. Brooks looking for her 8th start of the season. And it does not look like anyone is going to challenge the Garage 55 Mazda. Looks like Fogler, Tellier, and Bryce Egan will be the three that will fail to make the show. Brooks and Watson, they will move on and try and run for the pole here in just a few moments at Darlington. Times are not yet completely locked. We're still waiting for them to display the red flag, and now they will do so. And here's a look at it. Your top two transferees, Benny Watson out of Fortnite Squad Racing, Autumn Brooks out of Garage 55. Nathan Fogler, Mike Tellier, and Bryce Egan will fail to make the show. And now the two transferees will join the other 40 chartered drivers in preparation to see who's going to start on the pole position for tomorrow afternoon's race here from Darlington. Don't go anywhere. Coverage continues right after this quick commercial break. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast on NNSCRA TV. If you enjoyed your watching, it would help us out a lot if you'd hit that like button. Also, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to become a part of the NNSCRA crew today. And if you're on your phone, be sure to click that bell to be notified whenever we have a broadcast here on NNSCRA TV. Once again, we thank you for your support, and we hope you continue to enjoy today's broadcast. Welcome back to Pole Day qualifying here for the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series drivers from Darlington. 10 minutes on the board, expedited qualifying, 5 less minutes than they've had normally to try and put down that lap time that's going to have them starting on the pole position, or at least up at the front. This is going to be one of those tracks where we'll be talking about track position an awful lot. Autumn Brooks already heading on out. She, of course, took part just moments ago in the knockout qualifying session, transferring in along with Benny Watson. Here's a guy that a lot of the storylines are revolving around coming into this week. That is Carson Gum, the the former champion, as he comes off his second victory on the season. Last time out at I-69 Speedway. He's now up in the conversation for the regular season championship as well. Only 7 points off of James Qualls, and with that victory last week, may have just locked himself up a spot in this season's playoffs, looking to become a 2-time Duracell Cup Series champion. We've never had a multi-time champion here in Duracell Cup Series competition. Of course, as well, the 19 fielded out of the same stable that Benny Watson's 75 is, so Fortnite Squad Racing drivers have to be pretty encouraged with what they saw out of the non-charter entry just moments ago. playoff standings look really interesting as well. Of course, a reminder for those that are unaware with the rule changes, top 10 in points, regardless of if they've won or not, will advance into the postseason this year. And then after that, the highest 6 drivers with wins. And if we don't have enough, then obviously those that have the highest in points will get the 6 wild card spots. Things right now as they run, will bring your lap times up as they're starting to scroll in. But right now, James Qualls, Carson Gum, Levi McIntyre, Jack Mitchell, Ryan Brommer, that is your top 5 in the standings. Alexander Rowe, Benjamin Miles, Matt McIntyre, Quentin Moore, and rookie Eric Sadler are now your top 10. Both Moore and Sadler pointing their way in after the last race at I-69 Speedway. So those drivers right now would be in on points if the playoffs were to have begun at the conclusion of the I-69 event. Then the 6 drivers in the wild card spots, provided they are in the top 20 in this, or top 30 in the points to be eligible, would include 2-time winner Matt Haas. He is 12th in overall points. 2-time winner Destin Bolin, who is 25th in overall standings. And then you got to go all the way down to Nathan Ormond, who is the only other former winner on the season that's in the top 30 in points, and he's down in 27th in the current standings, which means as things stand right now, 3 drivers would be locked in on points in the wild card spots, and that would include Joshua Osborne, who's 11th in points, Nick Gunther, who's now up to 13th in points, and RJ Bishop, who is 14th in the overall standings. We do have some drivers outside the top 30 in points that have a victory. One driver actually, and that is Daniel Voiles. He's 32nd in the standings, the former winner from Sonoma, and Voiles is, if my calculations are correct, only 5 points below the 30th in the standings cut line, so he could easily this week move back up into the top 30 in points and move back into a wild card position. But there is the driver that's leading the point standings, James Qualls. Of course, got that victory back at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is considered a crown jewel race. We got smoke here on the back straightaway. I don't know who is involved in that, but there are 2 sets of skid marks. Let's take a look here. Quickly cut back and see if we can find out who that was involved in that incident. Now, we have documented in the past that if drivers are involved in an incident during qualifying, they do not give up their track position. They don't go to a backup car. Where they are at the end of the speed charts is where they end up being overall. And it looks like it was Daniel Voiles, and I think the second car might have been Alexander Rowe. Here's the replay. Yeah, Voiles getting a little high there off of 2. Bounces off the wall. Alexander Rowe nowhere to be able to go. A couple of Ford Dark Horse Mustangs getting together there. No caution. We continue to run. And Voiles is now on pit road. They'll do a little bit of a repair job on that machine. Tight racing here with Kyler Sustre. Rookie Daniel Bouchard. Rowe is back out on the track there in the 46 as contact made. Woo! Kyler Sustre having to hang on to that thing. Cody Lamas in the 84 got a pretty good view of it. There's 2-time winner Matt Haas, Daytona 500 winner, as well as the winner at Dragonette. He's 2 for 2 at the super speedways. But I was going to mention before we went back and looked at that replay there, we were talking about James Qualls. We've had 2 crown jewel races already here. As a matter of fact, all our crown jewel races take place up near the beginning of the season. We've got Daytona, which Matt Haas went to victory lane at. Indianapolis, where Qualls went to victory lane. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll have another crown jewel winner here at Darlington. And then a couple of weeks from now, we've got Charlotte, the longest race of the season, coming up. That's the other crown jewel race. Got a number of former winners from Darlington in the field here as well. We saw Benny Watson qualify his way in. Jack Mitchell, we'll see him in a little bit. He's a former winner here. And Dylan Young in the 2 car. He's also a former winner here at this racetrack. Right now 15th on the board for Dylan Young, who is 28th in the point standings right now. Matter of fact, both the Dylans mired in points. 29th in standings is Dylan Poteet. However, Poteet is doing very well in the speed charts because he is currently the fastest at Darlington. We just saw Reggie Fogelman up and into the wall. There is Poteet. in the DeWalt colors this week. 28.940. The lap time he put down to currently have him sitting on the pole position. Benjamin Snyder, though, is second in his Ford Mustang, and he is only 9 thousandths off of that lap time. And then just behind them, by about another 6 thousandths, is Autumn Brooks, who we saw qualify her way in knockout qualifying. So that speed transferred over from the first knockout go or go home round here to the main qualifying show. But Dylan Poteet, who was a multi-time winner last year, of course, was in the championship hunt in the finale before he ran into early issues and was effectively taken out of the championship picture. Not the start of the season he's been looking for. Only one top 10 in these first 11 races, and as I mentioned, 29th in the standings. Maybe this is the turnaround race for Poteet. Talk about a driver that really needs a turnaround. That'd be the defending champion, Jessica Shelton. A lot of drivers running some throwbacks here this week. Jessica Shelton with the familiar Bill Elliott Mac Tonight scheme on her Dodge Intrepid, that project car out of S3 Motorsports. Shelton, in her season after a championship, right now 39th in points. That is second to last of the drivers that have run all 11 previous races. She's still yet to score a top 10, and her average finishing position is 27th. So you gotta wonder when she's gonna start getting her mojo. We saw it was the second half of the regular season last year where she really seemed to start to turn up the wick, and maybe, just maybe, that's what we're gonna see here at some point. But you don't want to dig the hole too deep if you're the defending champ. Zachary Fitzwater, 10th on the board right now. Driver out of Blue Oval Automotive. Fitzwater coming into this one 16th in points. He is just a couple of points. I think it's actually only 1 point out of that final wild card spot. We mentioned about RJ Bishop being the last driver in a wild card spot in on points, but there's a lot of drivers that if Voiles doesn't work his way up into the top 30 in the standings this week, or if we don't have a different winner go to victory lane, that are going to be breathing down the neck of RJ Bishop for that final points-paying transfer spot. Fitzwater being one, Laura Chung, Michael Norman, Cole Deaver, Reggie Fogelman, Daniel Bouchard, all up there in that conversation. I mentioned about Brooks is third on the board after transferring in. Benny Watson, who was the fastest in the go-or-go qualifying session, ran a 29.1 in that. He now is a little off here in this session, on this run. He's at a 29.288. That right now has him good enough for 20th place. Eric Monaco, fourth fastest in that entry out of Lake Effect Autosport. And we gotta keep an eye on this rookie points battle because it is, it's just too close to call. We've got 4 full-time rookies in chartered rides: Sadler, Monaco, Bouchard, Summer Henson, and those 4, this is no joke, these 4 are separated in rookie standings by 1 point. I kid you not. Eric Monaco, Eric Sadler sit with 91 points, Daniel Bouchard, Summer Henson with 90 points. I mean, that is crazy. Another driver that really needs a turnaround race is Austin LaPlante. We talked about Jessica Shelton being the second lowest driver in the point standings with having made all starts this season. LaPlante is the lowest. He is actually even lower in points than Bryce Egan, who has made 4 less starts than LaPlante. LaPlante does have 1 top 10 on the season, but an average finishing position of 30th place, worse than 30th actually, has him 41st in points. He's 28th on the board right now. Like I said, in the case with Shelton as well, you just cannot wait any longer as session is concluded. And that is going to do it here from Darlington. And nobody was able to topple Dylan Poteet for the pole position. He'll be the one to lead us to green. It is a Fortnite squad racing sweep, if you will, for the qualifying sessions here this afternoon. Watson the fastest in go or go home. Poteet the fastest here in the main event. And he will have Benjamin Snyder 9 thousandths off to his outside on the front row. Both these drivers looking for their first win on the season. Snyder looking for the first win of his career. Same can be said for the drivers in row 2. Autumn Brooks and Eric Monaco going to make up that second row. We've seen drivers get their first career wins here at Darlington. Jack Mitchell had it happen. Benny Watson had it happen. So who's to say it won't happen again here tomorrow? Cody Lamas, great qualifying effort in 5th. Laura Chung in 6th. Michael Norman, Connor Breton, Charles Sanford, and Zachary Fitzwater. That's going to be your top 10 in tomorrow afternoon's starting lineup. Look a little further on down the list here. Qualls, the points leader, going to roll off in 22nd. Carson Gum coming off of his second win on the season. He's starting all the way back in 41st position. So he's going to have a lot of cars he'll have to pass. And RJ Bishop, we talked about the difficult position he's in, pointing his way after last time's race up into the final wildcard spot. He's starting dead last tomorrow afternoon. So a lot of drivers are going to have to keep an eye on towards the back of the pack. Daniel Voiles, who we mentioned is outside of the top 30 in points, needs a good run to get back into at least a wild card position for the playoffs. He will roll off 31st tomorrow afternoon. So there will be a lot for us to be able to keep track of in tomorrow's race. Going to be a lengthy one, so a lot of opportunity for drivers to be able to maybe utilize some pit strategy to make their way up through the field. This track is a tire shredder, so we will be talking a lot about the undercut in terms of pit road, and we'll see if all that ends up coming into play, and we'll see just how prevalent track position is going to be. If you start at the front, do you finish at the front, or is there a way to work your way from the back to the front when it matters the most? We'll find all that out and more. Hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, part of the crew today. You've seen your qualifying results here. Later on here at 3 o'clock, we've got the Duracell Ultra Late Series drivers ready to take to Darlington, as they will look to see who's going to be the next one to capture a checkered flag. And then tomorrow afternoon, it's the third of our 4 Crown Jewel races as we're back here to close out the weekend from the track too tough to tame with these Duracell Next Gen Cup Series drivers. Great to be back here. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of our coverage this weekend from Darlington Raceway as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.